Hey guys, welcome back. Today is going to be another storytime video. It's not very paranormal or anything like that like my previous one, but it's kind of spooky and scary, and it has my twin in it, which is also spooky and scary. So as children, me and Chris both had very weird occurrences happening to us. But there was one day out of many. This one day, as children, we had the strangest occurrences happening all in the same day. All I have to say is 666 Damian. I literally didn't tell Chris what I was just about to say, so that was his honest reaction.
Genuine reaction.
To this story time. It was quite a terrifying day. It started with me, Chris and a few friends. All we wanted to do was have a nice little picnic down Balls Hollow, which was like loads of cliff like this, and then you could be at the bottom, which was nice, with like cut down trees, like lumberjack trees, so you could sit on them, have a picnic, sit on the floor, sit up on the rocks, and it was a nice summer's day. So we all got together, we all got our picnics in our rucksacks and everything like that, and we left. So we left from my house, us and all of our friends, and we started walking up the road. As we were walking up the road, this young boy called Damian, born 6th of the 6th, 2006.
Bears a birthmark, a sequence of sixes.
Damian, born the 6th of the 6th, 2006.
Let him kill me.
Young boy. We were quite young, but not too young. And we were walking up the road on our way to our picnic, and this car comes along and hammers him to the ground. So we witnessed this young kid being hit by a car. But the most terrifying part of that story was a couple of nights before. This young boy set a light to his baby sister's room and locked the door.
With her inside.
With the baby girl.
Cry.
And I mean baby. A baby girl. A little young child. Damian, born 6th of the 6th of the 6th, the devil's number, locked a baby girl, and when I say baby I mean an actual baby, in a room and set a light to the room with matches that he found and locked her in the room, set a light to, but luckily the baby was saved. Going back to the main story, he was then mowed down by a car, which we all witnessed. That obviously held up our picnic. So we called the police for him, and the ambulance and police turned up just as we were leaving to carry on to go for our picnic. When you go to Balls Hollow, where we was aiming to go to, you have to walk up past these rocks and then down a long driveway. I think it might have been a private driveway, but I think it had to be open to the public because it was a public grounds next door to their house, which was open to it.
Yeah.
So we was able to go down there. We start going down. We're all happy, having a laugh. We're all young children.
Skipping,
laughing. Literally. It was just fun all together. It was probably summer break or school holidays or something like that. It could have just been the weekend. So we was all happy, skipping, and as we're walking down this hill,
I just feel like I'm being watched and we're being watched, and I don't say anything to anyone, and I'm just like, I have this feeling. Surrounding us is just cliffs, surrounded. The only thing that you can get out by is turning around and walking back. You're surrounded other than that. I look up and just see this man. He's noticed us and he starts jumping down the cliff. It wasn't human-like. Obviously he was a human, but the way that he managed to get down, no one could do it. He was jumping down this cliff. It was obvious he was coming to get us and to chase us.
Would you say that that cliff was 100 foot?
And I would say it's 60 to 80 foot.
Yeah, this was a 60 to 80 foot cliff.
It was.
Well, I can remember you and Hope screamed your
Yeah.
faces off, and we all looked up and witnessed this man, and he probably jumped about, I want to say 20 foot
Yeah.
to the next cliff edge. So he jumped from the top of this cliff about 20 foot to the next cliff edge, and then from that one pretty much straight to the floor.
Genuinely, when I looked up, it felt like he flew from one bit to the next, and it just felt like we were being chased because he was coming to get us. If you could ever feel like you're in a horror film in real life, that was the moment. All I remember doing is screaming that we need to get out of there, we need to run, and we need to get home, and we need to call the police. That scares one of our friends, which is the youngest member. She starts screaming and crying. We all run, and she's left behind. Someone turns around, grabs her hand, and literally drags her, because it's quite a hill to get back up.
I wouldn't say she was floating in the air. Like, we were dragging this, like, our friend, this young girl. We were still young, but she was younger. We literally grabbed hold of her hand and dragged her up this hill, but it was almost like she flew because we was out of there, and she left her Marmite sandwich behind.
Yeah, she dropped her bag of sandwiches, and she was gutted because obviously
we were all starving.
We wanted to go and still enjoy our day after that. Obviously, that's the second scary thing that happened to us that day. We just wanted to have a nice time.
And that's not even the end of our day.
No.